Here I have a jet blower that has stopped working. I kept pressing the switch, but it did not respond at all. This made me think that the problem might be with the battery pack inside. But is that really the cause? Now I will remove the battery pack to check it and see whether it can still be saved. First, I use the original charger to try recharging this battery. But when I connect the battery to the charger, the indicator light does not change to the charging color as it normally should. This shows that the charger cannot charge the battery. To make sure, I decide to test the charger itself. I connect two clips from a cooling fan directly to the two metal charging terminals of the charger. As a result, the fan works normally. This proves that the charger is still functioning properly, and the real problem is with the battery. Next, I place two washers into the two battery contact slots to create test contact points. Then I connect the clips to these washers. But this time, the fan does not work at all. This confirms that the battery has completely lost its ability to provide power. But I have an interesting idea to try bringing this battery back to life. First, I place a piece of tape on the surface of the battery. Then, I mark an X on the tape to identify the position for the next step. Next, I remove the 4 screws at the 4 corners of the battery to inspect the inside. Let me know where you are watching this video from. Don't forget to comment the country you are currently living in down below. I'm really curious to see which parts of the world my videos are being watched from. After taking off the outer cover, I notice that there's a circuit board inside, and some of its screws are loose. This could be the reason why the battery is not working properly or has lost connection. So, I tighten all of these screws to make sure the internal components are secured firmly. I remove the battery pack from its outer casing to inspect its internal condition more closely. In the next step, I use a toothbrush to clean the outer casing of the battery. This helps remove dust and dirt that have built up over time. After cleaning the outer shell, I move on to cleaning the internal parts of the battery. To clean the electronic components on the circuit board more thoroughly, I use WD-40. First, I spray a small amount of the liquid onto a cap. Then, I dip a cotton swab into the liquid and gently clean the details on the circuit board. This step helps remove dirt, oxidation residue, and improves the electrical contact of the components. Next, I spray a small amount of WD-40 into the battery contact slots to clean away dirt and oxidation inside. After that, I use a piece of sandpaper to gently clean the inside of the contact slots. This helps clean the metal surface and improve electrical contact. In the next step, I will reuse a phone SIM tray as an electrical connector for the wiring system. Here, I have two wires, one red and one blue, which will act as the power supply wires for the testing process. First, I strip the end of the red wire to expose the copper core. Then, I twist this wire end securely onto the SIM tray to create a contact connector. Next, I repeat the same process with the blue wire on the other side. After completing both connectors, I use two electrical clips to attach to the remaining ends of the wires. This makes it easier to connect them to a power source or testing device in the next step. Finally, I place the homemade SIM tray connector into the two battery contact slots to complete the testing setup. Next, I use a car battery as a temporary power source for this battery pack. I connect the two wires of the battery pack to the two terminals of the car battery to begin the charging process. This method helps restore the battery's initial voltage, especially when the voltage has dropped too low for the original charger to detect or charge it. After about 20 minutes, I disconnect the temporary charging setup. Next, I reassemble the battery casing back into its original form. Now, I test it again using the original charger. This time, as soon as I insert the battery, the indicator light changes to red. This means the charger can now detect the battery. After about 15 minutes, I press the power button on the battery. And as you can see, all the indicator bars light up. That's a very positive sign. To test it further, I reconnect the cooling fan. This time, the fan works normally. And now, for the final test. I attach the battery back to the jet blower. When I press the switch, the machine comes back to life and works again. This shows that sometimes the problem is not as serious as we think. This method also helps save a significant amount of money on repairs and on buying a new battery. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next video.